Gemma certainly hadn't minded Quincy's kind-heartedness earlier that day, although her tongue still smarted in a dull way, the way that meant flavors were going to be dulled for at least until she slept. The experience was undoubtedly going to become another beloved memory, she was well assured. She gamely sat through all of the ceremonies and other nonsense for the day, and by gamely she meant that she had fidgeted ceaselessly and planned at least 4 different assaults on the grounds where the ceremony was held. It was a welcome relief when she made her way to the great hall and found Quincy again, even if she couldn't stay in her company for too terribly long. "Were they, dear one? I must admit, I was not paying attention," she answered Quincy, a pleasant enough expression on her face. She was slightly distracted, keeping an eye on the entryway, and her hair covered with a loose gray cap. "I do, actually," Gemma continued, answering Quincy's question absently, ducking behind her. Thankfully, Quincy had quite a bit of height on her, and watching as some of her students filed into the hall. "Why don't you go check on that table over there for me, love, and I'll show you." Idly, Gemma waved at the table 2 tables to the left of where Marissa and Corinna were headed. She'd taught the 2 of them for 2 years now, so she imagined they knew better than to let their guards down. But it had been a whole summer since she'd last seen them. Making just enough noise to blend in with that of the students, Gemma advanced, keeping her head down and her path imprecise. The hall was still chaotic enough and clustered enough with new students that she thought this might work. After a sufficient amount of time creeping up, she was now only a few feet away. Gemma darted forward and struck out. First at Corinna's knees and then at Marissa's. "Surprise attack! House Ursa, defend!" she called out belatedly. It was fine to announce attacks, but only after they'd already been executed. That was just common sense.